Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the SarahSpeaks Podcast, the podcast where we learn, where we lead, and where we grow together. I am your host, Sarah Esangbedo Ajose Adiobun, and today we'll be exploring another exciting episode in line with our 2026 theme. And in 2026, we are learning to lead and grow together, learning with conscience, learning with consistency, learning with clarity, and with courage. Today, grab a cup of water, grab your notepad and your pen, take a comfortable seat, and we're going to dive right in to a theme that is key for success in all our lives, our businesses, in whatever we do. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is really critical for the situation we find ourselves in the world right now. The tensions in the Middle East are having a global effect on all our lives, our livelihoods. All the plans we made in January, for many people, those plans are flying out the window because of the tensions currently going on in the Middle East. And I extend my sympathy to all those who have lost loved ones in this battle. But it just takes us to a central theme for life: the inconsistency in life, how our best laid out plans can just be thrown out the window by circumstances beyond our control. The tensions in the Middle East is affecting us all over the world. In Port Harcourt, in Warri, the price of petrol, the price of food, the price of diesel, both the rich and the poor, we're all feeling it. Running your office on diesel 24 hours a day has suddenly doubled in price because of the price of diesel, and that has its downside effects on the people you give your services to. You have to increase your tariffs. So it is something that is happening in the Middle East. It's supposed to be far from us, but we are all feeling the effects. And that's why today we're talking about a topic: courageous leadership in uncertain times. Because truly, this tension in the Middle East has shown us how fragile our peace can be. How the things we thought we could take for granted, we can't really take for granted. It's an interconnected world, and one decision by one leader in one far side of the planet that you even have nothing to do with can affect the bottom line for you and your family wherever you live, especially here in Nigeria. And in such critical time, what is called for is courageous leadership for the individual, for the organization, for governments, for families, for businesses. We need courageous leadership in uncertain times. And that's what we're discussing here this morning. Grab your pen, your piece of paper. We are learning together, we are growing together, and yes, we are leading with courage together. Courageous leadership is not absence of uncertainty. It is the decision and the wisdom to lead despite the uncertainty. Benny Brown once said that courage starts with showing up. You need to show up. Not just show up, but let yourself be seen and your voice be heard. That is leadership. It takes courage to show up. It takes courage to raise your voice and be heard despite all the uncertainties around you. In leadership, courage means making those difficult decisions. Things have changed. The tides have turned. In the last 1 week, many families have suddenly discovered that this salary that used to take me far can't take me much further. Transport fares have quadrupled. Price of diesel has quadrupled. Price of petrol, filling your tank every week to take your children to school and back. Suddenly, the price has moved from 800 and something naira per litre to almost 1,300, 1,400 naira per litre. How do you survive in that? Where is that money going to come from? You were already living in the brink. It takes courage. So look at these difficulties around you and still make decisions that will move you, move your family, and move your business forward. In leadership, courage means making the difficult decisions when there's no clarity, When there's no perfect option, I need to pick one option anyway. All of them are difficult, but I will pick one and I will move with it. And if it doesn't work, I will pivot, and I will pivot quickly. It means standing for what is right, even when it's unpopular. At this time, things are difficult. People are going to say, why not compromise a little? Why not do those things that you said you won't do? No, leadership is knowing what your values are, sticking by it, and pushing through the difficult times without compromising on your values or yourself. Courage in leadership means leading people through the storms when you cannot see the shore. It might mean telling your children, don't worry, mom's got this, dad's got this, we're figuring something out, let's just keep going, things will work out. You can't see the shore, but you know that if I keep rowing, if I keep moving forward, if I don't stay stagnant, surely the shore will come. Like the Bible says, sorrow may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. The light will surely come in the morning. The sun will surely rise again tomorrow. So yes, I will keep going. I won't give up, because yes, tomorrow is another day. So whether you are leading a team, a family, a company, a conglomerate, in whichever area of leadership you find yourself today, courageous leadership is now required more than ever, because we are living in uncertain times. The normal today might become abnormal tomorrow. And we keep talking about the new normal, because normal is changing every day. So we have new normals, but we keep going. And that's where resilience comes in. That's where courageous leadership comes in. In governance, courage is key. If you look at governance today, you have economic pressures. The economy is not doing well. There's unemployment. People are hungry. Different things. Look at global conflicts. You look at climate shocks. You look at funding difficulties. Governance is not easy today. The times are hard. Governance is hard. No matter, with even your best efforts, you are seen as incapable and not doing anything, because things are so bad. Every day you are plodding, but you are still inside the ditch. Getting out of it has become such a difficult task. All these disruptions are happening simultaneously at the same time. You don't have time to catch a breath. You are thinking, oh, there's conflict in the Middle East. Oh, there's impact on the crude prices. Oh, it has affected the price of petrol and diesel. Oh, it has affected the price of gas. Oh, food prices are increasing. It's just one thing after the other. Leadership, especially in public service today, is no longer about routine administration. It's about constant crisis management. Keeping your head calm when all around you, everyone else is losing theirs. It's being able to look the storm in the eye and say, I've got this. And leading, I will provide a solution and we will keep moving. But what I can promise my constituents is that I'm not going to let this whole ship collapse under my watch. How do I carry people along? How do I give them hope that tomorrow is going to be better than today? Even though I don't know it's going to be better, I'm going to try my best. But today, I'm going to make sure that my people have hope. That is courageous leadership. The courage required in governance, it includes the courage to make difficult reforms. In Nigeria today, that's the courage we need in leadership. The courage to make difficult reforms. Reforms that even though it's not favorable to me today, even though it's not favorable to my party, this is what is best for Nigeria. And because I am an elected leader in Nigeria today, I will make the best decision. Let us look at the PIA. Jonathan administration left and a new administration came. If we had implemented the PIA the way it was being proposed, the actors are all out of government today. So why propose laws that benefit you today when tomorrow you might not be there and you have no control over who takes out that power and runs with it? You need courage to communicate honestly with citizens. Tell them what the challenges are. Tell them what the difficulties are. Tell them that yes, though this is difficult times, these are the things I am doing. And in another 2-3 years, this is where I think we will get to as government. Telling people that everything is fine. The World Bank has said that we are doing fantastically well. When the common man is not feeling it, does not drive support for governance. You need courage to take long-term decisions when short-term criticism is inevitable. People want to see results today, but you know that if I take the decisions that will show those results today, in another 5-10 years we will be in trouble. So I will take decisions that, yes, we might feel the pain today, but in another 3, 4, 5, 6 years, the citizens will talk well about me. They will thank me for it. Today, we talk about the mobile phone. We had a minister of communications in Nigeria in the 1990s that said that mobile phones is not for the ordinary man. Not then. But when Obasanjo came in, he took the leadership decision. He regularized the industry. And today, in every part of Nigeria, the fact that we have mobile technology is moving businesses and connecting us to the global world simultaneously. And that is what courageous leadership does. He could have poured more money into Nitel, but he realized that we are moving into a global world and Nigerians need to operate in that global world. What difficult decisions do we need to make today that will deliver long-term value and lifetime value for the citizenry? That is where courageous leadership is required in governance, and that is where our leaders need to get to. Not psycho-fancy, courageous leadership. It was Winston Churchill that once said, it takes courage to stand up and speak. It also takes courage to sit down and listen. Courage to know that you don't know everything. Let me listen to my lieutenants. Courage to know I've seen everything. I'm going to speak and I'm going to provide hope to my citizens. It takes courage, whichever path you choose. Today, people are not looking for solutions to all the problems. They are looking for steady, consistent leadership. Leadership that provides a hope that tomorrow will be better than today because we are. You also, apart from courage in governance, you need courage to be successful in business, to be successful in your career. It takes courage. Courage is not only required in governance, it's not only required in government, it's not only required in public service, it's required in boardrooms, it's required in startups, it's required in professions. You need courage to excel, you need courage to succeed, you need courage to speak your truth, you need courage to hold on to your values, even when letting it go is the easier option. Think about the small business owner who is in a dilemma today. Should I increase my cost because of the current economic realities? If I do, who is going to buy from me? Who can afford? Do we have the buying power as citizens to actually meet this increased cost? Because if everybody increases their costs, salaries are not increasing. What's next? It's a dilemma, or they must make a decision or find a way to reduce their costs to ensure that they can continuously be profitable and sustainable in the long term. Think about the business executive thinking about how to reform their business in the light of the current global realities. What can you do? How do I mitigate the impact of this on my staff? How do I ensure my company continues to be resilient? My company continues to be profitable in the midst of these global realities. Difficult times, difficult situations requires courageous leadership. Whenever you see a successful business, someone, sometime, somewhere took a courageous decision. Every meaningful breakthrough in life starts with someone picking courage over comfort. And that is what we must all realize. Success doesn't come on the street of easy. Success doesn't come on the street of comfort. It comes on the street of courage, the street of adversity, and the streets of resilience. Courage begins with clarity. You must be clear on your values. You must be clear on your purpose. You must be clear on your business model. You must be clear on your strategy. You must be clear on your goals. You must be clear on how you want to achieve it. Clarity is key for success in business and in career. And the Bible reminds us in Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Notice something powerful here. It doesn't say that everything is going to be easy. The assurance the Bible gives us is that wherever we go, the Lord will be there with us through the good times, through the challenging times, through the smooth times, through the rough roads. We are sure of one thing: the Lord our God is there with us, and He will help us win the war. It was Martin Luther King Jr. who once said that the measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands in the times of adversity. That is what gives us the measure of a man. That is the essence of leadership with conscience, and it is greatly required in the world today. Because without conscience, courage becomes reckless. But courage guided by conscience becomes transformational leadership. And transformational leadership is what we need in the business world today if the business world will occupy her space and take control of the global economy the way it rightfully should. We have courageous leadership examples replete in the Bible. If you looked at the story of Esther, Esther went to see the king, knowing that if he doesn't strike his scepter out to her, she's dead and she's gone. But she did, because she needed courage to save her people. And it is the same thing that we need in the world today. People that are willing to make a difficult decision, sacrifice their comfort to ensure that the world is a better place. Another example is David. When everybody else was too afraid, the warriors and all, they looked at Goliath and said, we can't come against this one. A small sleeping of a boy got up and said, I will face him, Jare. I will fight him, because greater is he that is in me. That is what we need today. Leaders that can look giants in the face and damn the consequences and say, I'm going against these giants. What the giant stands for is wrong. I will go because I'm going with the right decision. I want things to be right. I'm going with the right attitude, with the right beliefs, with an opportunity to make things better for my fellow Nigerians. Those are the kind of leaders we need today that can look leadership in the face and defy leadership, because leadership is going in the wrong direction. Kudos to my sister, Natasha Akpoti, doing great things in the Senate today. God will continue to elevate you and give you the courage that is required in these difficult times. So what does courageous leadership look like for us today? Here are 3 practical reflections. 1, it takes courage to think long term. People look at short-term gains. If I do this, I'll just sharp, quick. But it takes courage to look at the long-term effects, the long-term impact, to stay the course, because you know that if I stay this course, success in it is inevitable. And when we talk about generational success, it is bettered through a principle. It is bettered through consistency. It is bettered in making decisions today where the benefits might not be felt today, but you can see the benefits for the future. That's why we talk about delayed gratification. You can't start a business today and want to eat with 2 hands. You need to invest and reinvest and reinvest. Grow your business through a time period and pathway. And in another 10, 20 years, you will be at the zenith of your business and you can begin to enjoy the benefits thereof. You need courage to adapt. In the uncertainties in the world we find ourselves today, adaptability has become a key skill, and it takes courage to look and say, I need to adapt. I need to change the way I normally do things. I need to change the culture of my organization. I need to change the culture of my household. We need to adapt. We need to change the way we normally do things. Because if you do not adapt to the current situation and you want to continue living the way you've always been living, not taking the current situation into consideration, that is where people and businesses go bankrupt. And 3, you need courage to stand for values. What are the values that guide your business? What are the values that guide your life? What are the values that guide your career? Because there is adversity does not mean that you just throw away your values and jump and do whatever it takes. No, we must continue to be guided, and it takes courage to stand when things are not going well. To stand and say, I will still continue to do the right thing. Let things work out the way they will. But I trust that my God will make all things work together for good for me, no matter how bad it gets today. And the truth is this: we are living at a time when global events can affect local realities so quickly that you can't even understand what's going on. But in every era of uncertainty, history is made by those and remembers those who stood courageously, who stepped forward, and who took leadership to guide others through the difficult times. Leadership is not reserved for a few. All of us have the opportunity to be leaders, whether in your home, whether in your office, whether in your business, whether in your community, whether in your association, wherever you find yourself. Take a leadership role, take a leadership decision, because the world needs leaders, those who will lead us out of the current global crisis into a time of a global reality where peace and prosperity reign supreme for the majority of the people. And whatever it is you take from here today, remember this: leadership is not about having all the answers. Nobody does. Leadership is the courage to take a decision, to move forward with faith, wisdom, and integrity, despite not having all the answers, despite not having all the information, despite not having all the data. With what you have, make a decision and you move forward. Let me leave you with this quote from the book of 2 Timothy, which says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. That is the foundation of courageous leadership. Power, love, and a sound mind. A sound mind makes sound judgments, and sound judgments deliver sound results. If today's episode resonated with you, please share with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with your business partners, because at the end of the day, we all need to learn, we all need to encourage each other through these uncertain times until things get better. Until next time, remember, lead with clarity, lead with courage. And yes, though we have these uncertain times where we are in right now, leading with courage will ensure that our tomorrow is better than today, and that together we all are able to overcome these challenging times and get to a time of global stability, peace, and economic revival. Until next time, be good and keep leading with courage. Thank you very much.